What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. If you're just joining us, we've been putting this 125 in a Baja Warrior. Now I've got this pile of parts here ready for this bike. I don't have a lot of time to put them on, so that being said, let's get after it. When I got this frame, it didn't come with the original seat, and judging by the rest of the bike, it probably wasn't in that great of shape anyway. Because of the style of the new seat that I got, I'm going to have to cut these off. Okay, so this is the style seat that I ended up going with. It's just a regular bobber style seat that they use for Harleys or whatever. Usually there's a loop up here on Harleys or whatever that you attach this to, but it's not there. So I had to make one. It's just a piece of 1-inch flat bar. I bent the ends up and then I tack welded some nuts on the inside of it. This will slide up under here and run bolts through to bolt this seat down. But first, I've got to weld this onto the frame. Well, unfortunately, my MiG is out of gas, so I'm going to be breaking out Old Faithful using that flux core. She's never let me down before. I doubt she's going to now. So let's do it. Alright, the bracket's welded in for the front, but there's really no way to attach the rear of the seat mount. So what I'm going to actually do, see how it flops around, I've got these cross braces right here. I'm just going to drill right through it right here, run some long bolts and some lock nuts, and she'll be solid. Last time, if you remember, I installed these temporary foot pegs. Since then, I got my new foot pegs in. It's just simple pit bike style foot pegs. But I had to make these little brackets to go on the end of it. I didn't show making this because, honestly, I didn't know if it's going to work like I thought it would. But it does so far. It's just another piece of 1-inch flat bar. And I just bent it at 290s to fit around here with a bolt run through it. So what I'm going to do now is cut this down and angle this correctly, tack it in, take the foot peg off, weld it. The old headlight that was on here was like half of the headlight. It was all busted up, tore up, the bulb and everything wasn't even in anymore. It was just the bucket. Pretty much like the rest of this bike, just beat to piss. So I took it off. It's probably over there in that trash can. I decided a long time ago I wasn't going to build stuff that didn't have headlights on it anymore. I've decided I'm going to use this headlight. It's just a small cheap LED. This mount is not going to work with this. So what I'm going to do is just cut these welds right here, take this piece off, and just use this, bolt this to here, and we'll have a headlight mount. Okay, so I got my headlight mounted, but I've got to have a way to power the headlight, and since this is a kickstart only, I really didn't see a point in mounting like a full-size battery. This is just an LED headlight, so I'm not going to need a whole lot of power, so what I ended up doing was actually buying just an adapter to use one of my Porter cable batteries, and I'm just going to mount it right here, well, the other way, so I can take the battery out. And what I've got to do now is just make some little tabs right here to mount up to these mounting holes. So I'm gonna get those cut out and get them welded in right here. I think that'll do pretty good. Okay, we got a lot done on this one. The wiring for the headlight mount, the battery mount, the gas tank, the seat. I was going to go ahead and get everything wired up and get this thing running, but I've still got to get this thing painted. What I'm going to do is actually tear it all back down, get it painted, and then when I go to assemble it, I'll fully wire it. I've still got to do the exhaust and stuff too. I don't have the stuff on hand to do that just yet. But if you haven't already, you can like and subscribe. Make sure you use the link in the description to pick up a t-shirt from MiniBike Apparel, much like this one. And until next time, y'all get up, get out there, and get after it.